Hello, hello. Hi, Lee. Hi, April. Hi, Trina. Hi, Mindy. Hi, Ashley. Hey, Bryn. Hey, Jessica. Hi, Megan. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Crystal. How are y'all? I haven't had a chance to put these nails on a little nail tip stand here that we did last night, so I wanted to do that real fast. Otherwise, I'm going to accidentally throw one away or misplace it. These were our gemstone gels that we did last night. If you don't know, I am live every night this week because it's Personal Picasso Week. And these, look at that chrome finish on there. If you did not see last night, go back and watch it because these were incredibly beautiful and very, very easy to do. And that was done with our gemstone gel series. Hi, Janice. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Christy. Hi, Geneva. We missed you if you weren't with us last night. Look, I know typically we're just Sunday and Wednesday. If you are watching this on YouTube after the fact that it's that we have done it live, just bear with us. We do some introductions the first few minutes. The nice thing about it being on YouTube, you can skip ahead if you want to. Okay. How y'all doing? Hi, Trisha. This is what I'm going to drink tonight. I cannot get enough water today, seriously. So I'm going to have my bubbly Bellini Bliss while we're working on nails, honey. You love which one? These ones we did last night, Lynn? Oh, yeah, Jess. You're going to rock these ones. Yeah, who's going to try a different color? Well, you know, we mentioned doing this in a Valentine theme. Pinks, purples, reds. I want to see it when you get that done, please, and thank you. You want to do pink? Yeah. What was the weight of the watercolor paper on Monday? 90 pound. 90 pound. Oh, you got a big old toolbox too. They're kind of like I have, Jennifer. Like my white ones in my suite. If you got that, honey, they hold so much. Yeah, we love that. We love our cobalt toolboxes. What color did you get? Girl, tell him Miss Tracy says that he needs to fill it now. Come on over to the stove and fill it for her. What color did you end up getting, Sonny? I don't know if I asked you or if you told me and I forgot. You got the white one. Sonny got the white one too. I love the white ones. They're just a nice clean finish for your space. So this week is Personal Picasso Week. If you don't know, there's a little tab either on your app or on the website. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you. When you go to your app and open that, you tap your little navigation bar here and you just scroll down till you see Personal Picasso Sale. Anything that comes up in this collection is buy one, get one 50% off. It's going to take the 50% off of your lowest priced item. If you don't have our app, go to your app store and download Mobile Manicurist. If you prefer not to use the app, just go to the website, just go to the web and type in the Mobile Manicurist or Queen Ladybug Nail Supply. It'll come up under either one of those. Now, some of y'all are messaging me. You're trying to sign up for the new Nail Art Toolbox and you're trying to sign up through the app. The app has never talked to subscriptions, so you can't subscribe to Toolbox through the app. You must go to the website. I posted the link to it yesterday. If you click on that link, you go to the website link. Okay, and if it still reverts you to the app, temporarily disable your app till you can get signed up. Okay, all right. So these liner gels are in that buy one, get one 50% off sale. There are, I believe, 36 colors total, but these are the ones I'm going to use tonight. Let's see if I can fit them all in there. Maybe. I'm going to use Banana, number 21. And let me tell you about the liner gels. They cure to a tack-free finish. These hold chrome beautifully. If you want to do any type of window edging around your nails, if you want to do any type of outlining, these chrome, so gorgeous. It's almost like your chrome goes shinier over these gels for some reason, okay? So I'm using Banana, Lime, Lilac, Bubblegum, Sky Blue, and Hot Pink. And we'll kind of link them as we go. So let's get started on our tutorial. Gel polish I'm using tonight for my base, Nina's Enamel Bowl. Oh, I love this. I love this. Let's put some No Buff on these plastic tips so they'll stick. Here we go. If you're not using No Buff free press-on nails, you're missing out, boo. Because I'm going to show you. Just let this dry a sec. With No Buff, without No Buff, it just pre-etched the nail for you. You don't have to buff this. That's why it's called No Buff. Right? Now, you still need a base coat if you're doing press-ons. Don't put your gel polish straight on to the nail. Because if you have a service breakdown on that press-on nail, are they going to come back and buy from you again? Probably not. Probably not. I am going to use, let's see here. Because I'm using a plastic tip here, I'm going to use my, I think I want, what do I want? I think I want my press-on gel for the base coat. Right there. That's in my big old box of red carpet gels. This is the perfect base coat on press-ons. And it is HEMA-free as well. Hi, Peggy. And mine is cold because my studio's a little bit cold tonight. Look, I just know we're getting spoiled because we're having 50 and 60 degree days here in January. It's common, honey. And when old man winter decides to get here, I'll be freezing. I'll be like Sanka in Cool Runnings when he steps out the airport. It's really strange. I know, Jamie. But I wouldn't be mad if it stays like this the rest of our winter. All right, let's cure that. Nina's Enamel Bowl. This gel polish is full of little goodness. This is a very underrated color. You can do so much artwork over this. It's unbelievable. This is a milky white base. It has 2 or 3 sizes of little like black polka dots in it, but it also has a really teensy tiny green one. Y'all see that little bit of green? Looks like that old enamel ware used to look. Yes, honey. And that base coat only has to cure 30 seconds. We're going to do one really good, decent layer of Nina's Enamel Bowl. And not to worry, let this sit just for a second after you apply this and let those little glitter pieces, sink to the bottom, and the gel will float to the top and it'll lay nice and flat. Look at that. This is a beautiful color. You know, you need some, I'm not going to call this a neutral. You need some different shades of white in your arsenal because you don't want to use just a white gel polish to put every single nail art over. It gets boring. Plus, you got to do a lot of extra work when that happens. Nina's Enamel Bowl. So, so pretty. So let's pop that in the light. While she's cooking, I'm going to put a little bit of my liner gels on my palette here. Look, I'm going to be using a dotting tool and probably like a little 9mm brush. I don't need a lot of these. And that's a pretty substantial liner brush in there. Y'all know me. I like my detail to stay really tiny and neat and kind of tight looking. There are multiple shades of green in this liner collection. 36 colors, actually. There's a deep green, this lime green. If I'm not mistaken, there's a green that's a little bit more on the olive side. It's like a springy olive. Here is our bubblegum pink. I chose these because I'm already thinking spring-ish. Yeah, it does look like a little bird egg, doesn't it? That one's beautiful. This is the sky blue. Oh, that's not the right shade of pink I want. Hold on. That's a hot pink. Let's get a different shade of dark pink. Here we go. Let's go with fuchsia. Oh, yes. Now. Okay, got our little palette set up.
What number was that?
The fuchsia was number 24. Sorry, Keith. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of outshine. I want a super, super thin layer of outshine because I'm going to chrome these before I show you the design I'm going to do. Very thin layer of outshine. This is going to do a couple of things. This will hold our chrome, but also if you do have any, if you got a piece of glitter sticking up somewhere, this will smooth it down. What is the pink beside of the purple? Bubblegum. Wait till you see the sweet little design I'm going to make with this. So pretty, honey. All right, outshine. We're going to cure that. And let's get a little bit of black also. I was going to use black whipped cream, but you know what? Let's just use all of this tonight. All of our liner gels. I need a dotting tool and I need a 9mm brush. There's my 9mm. And you're going to want a really teeny tiny daughter. Yes, you are. I have to open one here. I'm going to use something about like that. If you don't have this, you can use a toothpick, the end of a cuticle stick, anything. You could use the end of your tweezer if you needed to. Back in the day, honey, we used to have to use bobby pins before dotting tools were available. Y'all remember that? How many's used a bobby pin or a toothpick on nail art before? Lord, yes, we're telling our age. Now we're going to put a little bit of chrome over these. I'm going to use Easier Said Than Done. This is a transparent chrome. It's got a little bit of green reflection. Do you see that? A little bit of orchid, like an orchid purple. And a little bit of a rose gold. It's kind of a combination of all three. This by far is our most popular chrome collection. We're getting ready to restock it. It was meant to be a limited edition, and everybody has said, Miss Tracy, please, please, please do not leave that as limited edition. We need it. So we are restocking all 12 chromes of Christmas. This will be core collection. And look, these are Omnichromes. Omnichrome grade A chrome powder is very, very expensive. Keith Vincent about has a heart attack when I place a chrome order. We're talking thousands of dollars for grade A Omnichromes. Aren't they, Sonny? You can tell the difference in a grade A chrome than you can something that you pay $6 or $7 a jar for. And not only that, they go further. You're not going to get this much chrome in a jar from anybody else, honey. They're going to give you a little tiny sprinkle, and that's all you're going to get. And it won't even be the good stuff. All right, we're going to use some Artistic Matte. We want a chrome blocker on here right now because we're going to chrome this again in a different color, but we don't want to chrome this. Let's see, before we do that, hold up, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to seal this up with a little bit of metallic glaze. Metallic glaze is what keeps everything nice and put on. It hold that chrome on the nail for 3-4 weeks, the duration of the manicure, basically. No, they're not, Janice. They are not. Even our pressed pigments, we have made with specific kinds of chromes that are to our specifications, so that they're either more vibrant or shinier, whatever the look that we're going for. Okay. I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. And then we'll set this up for our artwork. I meant to have this done, and it's been one of those days where I didn't get a chance to base coat the nail. But look, if I had of, you wouldn't have got to see Nina's enamel bowl, would you? How many has this color? Have you chromed over top it, if you have it? I got a piece of glitter stuck right there. Looks beautiful with chrome on it. All right, now we can Artistic Matte it. This will block that chrome from our design from going anywhere except the design. Now we're going to do one of these in color, and we're going to do one in chrome only. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to try and do the same design outside of one little floral I'm going to show you. All right. This is pretty for Valentine's Day coming up. Cindy says she uses my products to do Jess's nails, and when she's playing, she uses less expensive. Janice says she's become a quality snob. You know, I saw something today. Trina, I hope you don't mind I share this, but if not, go over and look at Trina's page, because if I'm not mistaken, somebody was hitting on Trina because of her prices. They wanted her to lower her prices even more. And I totally get that, because I'm not on the behind the chair side anymore. I'm not on the service side anymore. I'm on the product side. And you know what I see, Trina? Hopefully this make you feel a little bit better. People want a luxury product like we make, but they want it at Amazon prices. They want can somebody please recommend a really good luxury product for affordable, cheap price? So we get it all the time too. We can't do both, you guys. When we're talking about this chrome order that we spend out thousands of dollars for, we can't have grade A chromes like we can offer here. This is $26 a jar. We know how much that is. That's 4 times the chrome in here is what you're going to get in an $8 jar from somewhere else. Okay? So how do you want it? Do you want cheap and easy and this much of your container to be full, or do you want luxury? Do you want products that a nail tech herself has tested and worn and make sure they stay on? And luxury products for your clientele, tried and true products that you know are going to work, or do you want cheap? We can't do both. We can't do both. Oh, Geneva. Well, thank you, Boo. Geneva says she would pay more for my chrome. So Trina, don't let it discourage you, because that just means we haven't found our right audience. Geneva, you know what, hon? I would like to have 50 more of you, because Geneva's mindset is just, she is totally on track with everything that she does. And it's because she stays educated. If I put out an online class, you know who's going to be the first one to buy it? Geneva. She will probably be the first one to buy that course and probably the first one to complete the course. So she knows the quality behind the product because she's not only sitting through our lives, but taking the courses as well. So yeah, you can't have it both ways. And sometimes I get really discouraged. Sometimes I'm thinking, maybe I need a cheaper brand, but I just can't do it. I know what it takes to make a cheaper brand, and I'm just not willing to sacrifice quality ingredients in our product to do that. I just can't do it. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. Here we go, GGO. We're going to take our black liner and our 9mm brush. And I'm just going to do a little, kind of like a little sideways heart here. Here and down. I really kind of want this heart to be kind of sort of open, not closed just yet. And I want her to really be asymmetrical. Like one side of her is bigger than the other. Oh, about like that. And now we're going to cure her. And we're going to repeat that on this one. Thank you, Mindy. Thank you, Mindy. And I believe I started this one higher up on the nail. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Whoopsie, slipping my brush, honey. Oh, she's cute. She's cutesy little heart. I'll widen this one out just a little bit more. I don't like making my hearts where they're both even, because I'm human and I am not going to get both sides of that even. Look here, how cute. I'm going to take a little bit of gold chrome and I am going to gold chrome this particular heart. Now, I cured that for 60 seconds. Just a little. This is kind of like a champagne-y gold. And burnish that in now. And now because we use that artistic mat, it blocked it from the background. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Okay, now I'm going to double heart this one. A little bit of black here, but I'm going to stop it about there. I'm just going to give it some movement. Kind of like that. And there we go. Look how cute that is. Girl, gone are the days of doing dot hearts. Now look, that's all you would have to do if you want to do a cutesy little heart for Valentine's Day. Let's go ahead and cure that. And this one, we're not going to chrome just yet. We are going to do the same design in like all over gold chrome here. So maybe a little bit there. A little bit here. If you're handy with your scroll work, you could even do a little scroll work inside your heart. Look how cute that is. Mm-hmm. All right, dotting tool. I'm going to paint the rest of this with my daughter, most likely until I get to my leaves. I might even paint the leaves with my daughter. We'll see. Okay, first and foremost, I need some, did I not put any white liner gel out? Probably not. I don't know that I set it out. I did. First of all, we're going to make a rose with a dotting tool. You're going to need a little dark, a little medium, and a little light. Okay, grab some of that medium, stick it right here. Grab some of that white, put it right here. And now just really lightly, just give that just a little bit of a swirl. You don't want to overmix that. About like that. And now when we make our rose, when we pick this up on the dotting tool, it picks up the variegation of that. We'll put our rose right here. Girl, quit. Did you see that? And there's our rose. I think we'll do another one here. And maybe one more right here. Little one right there. And let's make this one in the middle not so round. And there's our roses. Okay? In the light we go. We have to cure each little segment of this. And look, it still is not over blended on my palette. So it's a dark, a medium in the same tone, whether you're using pink or blue or purple or whatever, and then always white. So that's how you make your roses. Do not overthink it. I could do roses all down the side of that little heart. Now, the only reason I cure that is because my little flowers I'm going to put beside of it, I don't want wet to get beside of wet. Okay, so now let's go over into our yellow, and I'm going to do let's see. Let's go into our purple, actually, our lavender. And I'm just gonna do like 3 little dots here, right there. Three. And 3. And maybe 1 there. Now before I cure that, because I don't mind if this kind of jumps off on each other, I'm gonna put that yellow right in the middle. Let that camera focus. Look, I have a lot of studio lights going, so it kind of washes my colors out just a little bit. Look how pretty that is. I'm gonna take a little blue. And just a teeny little blue dot where I've got those ones. This is like a 5-minute nail art, let me tell you. And in the light we go. With little bitty baby nail art like that, I would say 30 seconds, unless your nail art is really, unless you got your paint on too thick. You can get those on so thick that it'll wrinkle on you. So try not to do that. I'm gonna mix an olive green here. Black and banana make a beautiful shade of olive. Did you know that? Black and yellow? Look here. Girl, quit. It's kind of like a mossy green. Hi, Robin. How you doing, boo? Reminds you of a flower crown? Yep. And now using that same dotting tool, I'm going to take the end that's got the little ball on it. And wherever you want a leaf, I want you just to put a dot for now. For now, just a dot. Because we get nervous when it comes to leaves, honey. And then our leaves are so wonky, it ruins the whole design. So we've put just a little teeny dot there. And now we're going to take that 9mm, just run that brush through the paint real fast. We don't want paint on there. We just want some slippage. Now we're going to pull out our leaf, just like that. Miss Tracy, you got to stop it. And pull, and pull, and pull, and pull. And there's all of our little leaves. What? We're going to cure that. 30 seconds. And then we're going to go back with this green that we mixed and put just a little touch of that on our leaf too. Look, are y'all enjoying Personal Picasso Week? We've been live every night this week. We go live through Sunday night. Yes, honey. Okay, now take this little bit of olive green. I'm not even going to wash out my brush. You can omit this if you would like. But what I'm going to do is put just a little vein inside of my leaf. Just boing, like that. Boing. Just pulling a little middle through my leaf there. I'm telling you, that's the cutest thing ever. And if you're really handy with a paintbrush, hold up. I'm gonna zoom you so you can see what I'm getting ready to do here. If you're really handy with a paintbrush, oh, look at her. with that dark green now, put you some little curly cues. Like little willow, curly willow. We had curly willow in my daughter Rachel's wedding. We'd gotten it fresh. My parents used to own a flower shop, so they did all of her flowers. Well, we'd already cut it and put it into the flower arrangements. Don't you know, my dad took that stuff home with him, what we'd already cut, and he just plants it in the backyard, just, you know, for heaven's sake, lack of better words. And that stuff took root, and they're still having to trim those curly willow bushes. That piece of curly willow grew into these tall trees. That's absolutely beautiful. Now look here, how pretty. What I like to do on my roses, because roses are darker in the center, is I take that darkest pink now, and I'm gonna put me just a little dot in the center of my flower. Just a little. And that's done. We're gonna cure that. All right, this one is for you girlies that like to wear nude and no color and want very, maybe they just want gold design or something. They just don't want a lot of color. We already have our heart on there. So now we're gonna do, come over here to the side. Let me get a little bit more black here. And where we put that rose, we're not going to put a rose. We're going to do a 5-dot flower. These liner gels are one of my favorite things to paint with. I love the consistency. They're very, very creamy. Okay, so there's our dots. Just like we did our little leaf earlier, we need some slippage on our brush. And now we just go pull that into the middle. So this kind of takes the place of where the roses were. Maybe over here we'll just do a threesome here. 1, 2. We have to be careful because this is the widest part of the heart. And if we get another 5-petal flower over here, it's going to draw the eye in the wrong direction. See, that worked. And now we do another little 3-dot. Oh, about right here. Could you use gemstone gels to do this? You can. Gemstone gels are a little stiffer. They're just a little bit stiffer. These are more flowy. All right, now we're going to make our leaves. One here, one here. I think I want one there. This one is a little less because we're not adding color. And now let's pull out those leaves. pull that one and this one. And look, you can go back and tweak any of these. If you feel your leaf is too sharp, have a little paint on your brush and just do this kind of thing right here. See how pretty that made it? This one is floating out in midair. She needs to be connected. All of mine really are too tiny for my liking, most of them. And now connect these little leaves onto the side of that heart. Oh, this is pretty. Girl. A few little dots. Just randoms. Okay. Look how pretty. And now we're going to cure that. Don't undercure. Go for a full 60 seconds on that one, please. And I think we're going to chrome this one silver. I think silver would be pretty on here. Here's the first one. She's ready for a top coat. Now you can see that caused just a little bit of texture there when we painted it in gel. You can easily smooth that down with a little bit of metallic glaze. Builder in a bottle. Don't use base coat because base coat is cloudy and it will make your artwork cloudy. Another thing I've found that evens this out really well is your outshine if you use outshine. If I use outshine on here, I still like to top it with Ladybug Luster. I'll show you what I mean, because outshine is a thicker viscosity top coat. Now we'll go see that chrome from the base layer shine through as well. So I apply my outshine like a slip layer. Just let it level there. And then I go right down the middle and I drag just a little bead of that outshine. Let her level. And then I'll cure it. Let's give it just a second. It doesn't have any body. Oh, girl, she's beautiful. And we can cure that now. Get my Ladybug Luster ready. I only want to cure that for 10 seconds. I got to really watch it. Here we go, because I want my top coat to stick to a top coat. And now my Ladybug Luster it. Do you have to double top coat it? No, but I don't want, if I'm wearing this myself, I don't want chrome to stick to it. And chrome won't stick to Ladybug Luster, because I have my hands in too many things. Look at that, how beautiful. It was so easy. Okay. Let's chrome this little lady. Little silver. I want you to see how shiny your chrome goes over these. That is beautiful. Now, if you wanted that background left matte, you would have to physically paint the top coat all over that. I don't have the nerve for that tonight. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, boo. I don't do silver a lot. I thought it would be good to show you that. That's the silver from the triple chrome palette. Mine's all broke apart. So it's powdered chrome in a pressed palette. And now same thing. Let's finish this the way we did the other one. It's beautiful, isn't it? These liner gels are super handy at your pedicure chair because you don't have to have a palette necessarily to put them on, depending on what you're painting. All right, let that level. And that one was not as dimensional, so that one coat is going to be perfect. I don't even have to drag a bead on that. That chrome is beautiful. And let's cure that. And this one's finished. If you don't have our app downloaded, go to your app store, search Mobile Manicurist, and our boutique will come up. It's available for Android or iPhone. If you prefer to shop on the website, you can go to themobilemanicurist.com or qlnailsupply.com. Either or. And everything I've used can be found either on our app or on our website. Ladybug Luster, this is our wet look top coat. Our #1 selling product is Ladybug Luster. Real quick, let me recap what I used so you guys can either take note of that. There's my liner gels I used. I used banana. Do you get half price one for each one of the things you buy? You do, Cindy. So if you have 10 liner gels in your cart, you pay full price for 5 and half price for 5. Yeah. Be sure to use your coupon code. Picasso is the coupon code. Lime green is the green I used. The purple one is lilac. Thank you, Jess, for posting that code. Bubblegum is the pink one that y'all loved. Look, I can imagine if you painted this same design in pink that I just did in silver chromed and then pink chromed it, girl, because we have pink chromes in these 12 chromes of Christmas. I think that would be beautiful. Here's our sky blue liner, #19. And that fuchsia pink one, was that fuchsia or what was that? Hold on. Was it fuchsia? Yes, it was fuchsia, #24. The chrome powder I used is easier said than done. This is the most, this is out of all 12 chromes of Christmas, this one's a little bit more neutral than all of the others. All of the others have dominant color shifts to them. And when you look at this in the jar, it just looks like a white chrome. But when you take that lid off, that's when you're seeing, oh, this has a really nice soft hue to it. It reflects green. It reflects a little bit of like a wisteria color right there and a little bit of rose gold, but it's very, very soft. If you could only buy one of 12 chromes of Christmas, I would stock this one in your arsenal. This is perfect. And let's see what these look like now with their top coat. What y'all think? easier said than done. Oh, that thing is singing in the background, isn't it? Listen, thank y'all for joining us. Keith and I have not eaten dinner. I have a pork loin in the crock pot, and I think we're going to go upstairs and make us a sandwich. I will see you tomorrow night, back for Personal Picasso night once again. Be night 5 tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.